builds from the next project. Now you're going to take those 3 clips that you just imported, maybe 4 clips, and I want you to drag and drop them to the timeline, or they might actually already be there. That's fine. So if you want to be able to see all of it at one time, you can make your timeline smaller or bigger, okay? But what you need to do is you need to cut your clips up until you have a total of 10 different clips, okay? So I want to change my size where I can see everything at once. All right, so the way that I'm going to chop this up is I'm going to get my razor tool, and maybe every 5 seconds I'm going to just get my razor and I'm going to chop it up like every 5 or 6 seconds until I have 10 different clips. Once I have 10 different clips, now I'm going to experiment with what's called video effects, okay? So if you're not on this effects button right here at the top where it's highlighted blue, click on it, and then you should see this over here where it says effects. Click on video effects, and then a menu is going to drop down. Each one of these folders contain multiple effects, okay? Some you are able to see instantly, some you're not. So open a folder and then just experiment. The way that you add special effects is you drag and you drop. So I'm gonna left click and I'm gonna drag it to my clip. Notice when I dragged it, nothing happened, right? I go over here to my effects control and I see if I mess around with it, what happens. So look, as I toggle the knobs, I see different things. So what I want you to do is just sit there and experiment until you get something that you like, and just see what you have that you can do with that effect. Once you've done that, move on to the next effect, okay? So now I'm gonna go grab, make sure you have this tool too. Go try a different tool. I go to extract, notice how it turned my image black and white. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go over here to my effects control, and you can see where the effect has been added to your effects control. And from that point, I am just gonna experiment just a little bit more and see what look I can get. What happens when I do this? What happens when I do that, okay? So I want you to do that 10 times. Now, sometimes you're gonna do one and nothing will happen. So I move to the next one. Alpha Control, for example, or Alpha Glow takes multiple steps sometimes. So notice how I added and nothing happened. And even when I went over here to Glow and I switched it, nothing happened, right? If I change the color, still nothing happens, okay? That's because that's one of those more advanced tools. So if you don't see anything happen, don't worry about it. Delete it and then go try something else. So I'm gonna try replica and see what happens. Boom. And notice how it replicated 4 times. So I come over here to effects control, and then I just experiment and see everything that I can do with that effect, okay? So once you've done that 10 times, file, go ahead and export your video like you've already learned. And once you export it, turn it in.